Hello everyone, welcome to Philly Sports TV. Today I'll be your host. By the way, I'm Sports with Greg. I'll be your host for this episode as Woodge is unavailable. No football film this weekend. Scrap for time, so I'm just gonna get straight to the point. Didn't want my first appearance on the show to be about football, but it was such an exciting weekend around Europe. I couldn't help it. I have to dive into some football news. So here goes. Where better to start than in Spain, La Liga, where we saw the debut of Suarez for Roji Blanco. Came on as a sub and scored 2 and assisted 1. Now, my question to you fans, do you think this was a good move by Ronald Koeman to get rid of Suarez, or will this come back to bite them? No pun intended. He seems to fit into their system, into the Atletico Madrid system very well. He's a fighter, which is the kind of player that Simone likes in his setup. So, it may work out for them. But for Barca at the same time, Koeman is a Dutch legend, Barca legend, and his style of play may not fit into Koeman's system. Barca, on the other hand, they had a very good showing as well against Unai Emery coach Villarreal. Outplayed them, played them off the park for the first half. Seems like they didn't even come out the second half, like it was just a training exercise. But yeah, they ran out 4-0 winners, and the team looked good. Coutinho looked good, Griezmann looked good, and Fati was brilliant. Still can't believe he's only what is he now, 17 or 18? Yeah, looked like he's been a pro for 5-6 years. But yeah, Barca had a good showing, came out winners as well. So did Atleti. They won their game, I think 6-1 or 6-2. Real, it was a closer game for them, but the big man, the captain, Ramos, stepped up from the spot. He had one. Freddy Valverde had a goal as well, and they won their game 3-2. So the three big boys in Spain did what we expected of them. Now, on to Serie A. If you speak about Messi or Barca, I guess you have to get to the Cristiano Ronaldo topic next. And he was at his brilliant best over the weekend. Can't deny it. He saved Juventus from a bit of embarrassment, you could say, because Roma team isn't as strong as they were last year. I think Dzeko left. I don't remember. I think Dzeko left. But yeah, Roma were leading them until stoppage time. Ronaldo pulled one out of the hat and saved them again. So kudos to him once more. But question to the fans again. You can leave your comments in the comment section. Do you, based on what you've seen from Juventus so far, do you think that Pirlo is the right man for the job? Do you think he's gonna do better than Sarri, or will he need longer time, which they may give him, given the fact that he's a Juventus legend? You never know. But last weekend's game, he seemed to get it right. Resurrected Ramsey's career, which seems like he was on hold for a year. But this weekend, Roma came out, made it a hard-fought game. And as for their rivals, Inter, I know their game was a humdinger. They came out winners in a 7-goal thriller against Fiorentina, for whom Ribery seems like an ageless wonder, because he could have gotten man of the match if Fiorentina had won that game. He didn't have a goal, but I think he had either 1 or 2 assists and was very brilliant in that game. So, but Inter was just too strong in the end. Goals from Martinez, Lukaku, and company saw them outscore them 4-3. So Inter seems like they're throwing down the gauntlet to Juventus this year. Let's see if they're gonna be able to keep it up. No other notable games to talk about in Serie A this weekend. Over to Germany, where we saw Bayern got humiliated yesterday by Hoffenheim. Not totally surprised that they lost. The margin of defeat, yes, but the fact that they lost to a half-a-nine team who has a past Bayern youth coach. Now, this guy Hones was among the Bayern B team, or Bayern 2 as they call it, up until 2019 when he left for the Hoffenheim head coach job after Julian Nagelsmann left for Red Bulls. So he's young. I don't think he's 40 yet, and a lot of ideas. He's one of those new day coaches that it's all about analytics and data for them, and they seem to be getting the job done. Yep. So they were victorious, and you can look for them to challenge for one of the European spots. Not so sure about the league itself, but at least one of the Champions League spots they should be challenging for. Bayern main rivals for the league, Borussia Dortmund, also lost to Augsburg. Another young coach, I think he's like 40 as well. They beat Dortmund 2-0, which was to me more surprising than the Bayern Munich loss, because Augsburg is just battling to stay up from relegation team, but they got the job done. We also saw the return of Leon Bailey from his quarantine. He came on as a sub for Leverkusen. Their game ended in a draw against Red Bulls. So it was some pretty exciting stuff in the Bundesliga over the weekend as well. More games you could actually talk about than La Liga and Serie A. Now over to the English Premier League, where from the first game Saturday morning till Liverpool Arsenal, it was just pure entertainment. The Man U and the Chelsea games, I will hide my bias and not comment too much on happenings in those two games, but we saw where you could say dodgy calls in both games in favor of the bigger teams. But I'll just emphasize on the fact that Brighton came out, played some beautiful stuff, deserved more from that game. And West Brom, who I was looking forward to seeing them play in the Premier League based on how they played in the Championship last season, with players like Pereira and Ghana, the kid from, I think they got him from West Ham, yeah. But Pereira especially, I was surprised he ended up at West Brom, because coming from Sporting in the Portuguese league, he looked really good. But I guess sometimes that's the route some of these players got to take, go to the lower divisions, make their way up, and then they can come and shine in the Premier League. So yeah, West Brom looked really good, and probably a few bad changes by the coach saw them lose that 3-goal lead that they had. I ended up having to hold on for a point, but still a good showing on their part. As far as other promoted teams, we saw where Leeds outplayed Sheffield, who was a tough team last year for some of the big teams. Got the win over them. I think it was a 1-goal win. So Leeds is off to a good start. So is Everton, who has one of the top coaches in the world right now, in Ancelotti, and they are looking like they plan to be the Leicester of 2015-16. So let's see, but they have a very good, at least a starting 11. Don't know if any injuries come into play, how that will affect them, but for now, and Calvert-Lewin, who a lot of people weren't given a chance, is taking his chance right now and making use of it. So Everton is doing their thing. Leeds got their win. We saw yesterday where West Ham surprised, I guess, everybody except their fans by hammering Wolves 4-0. I mean, I still don't understand how that happened. And I know a lot of fantasy managers felt that one, especially Jimenez scoring an own goal. But yeah, I mean, I guess David Moyes probably found his mojo, who knows? But West Ham was deserved winners of that game. Now to the battle of the Blues, Leicester versus Man City. Still looking at my phone to see if that was the correct scoreline. I don't understand how a team like Man City get hammered at their home 5-2 by Leicester, but when a coach goes into a game with a particular game plan and it works in their favor, the players do what they're told to go out there and do, and you have the players to fit that system, then miracles do happen. And well, it wasn't so much a miraculous scoreline, but yeah, Pep is still feeling that one. Which other big game did I touch on? Oh, Spurs. Jose Mourinho, man. I don't know. He can turn that Spurs team into a title winning team, or at least a cup winning team, or they will just implode and he loses his job. But it's either extremes. There's no in between for him. And right now he seems like he has lost the plot with them. But he has a valid excuse about the number of games back to back that they've been having to play. So let's wait and see what happens when the fixtures aren't so jumbled up together. I'll just touch on one more real quick because time is running out. But as for the Arsenal Liverpool game, expected result as far as I'm concerned. The scoreline, I'd expected to see it a bit closer, just a 1-goal win for Liverpool. But that game today showed the depth and class between both teams, and showed that Arsenal still have a ways to go. Still need at least 3 really good additions to be challenging for a title this year. But let's wait and see. The window has 7 more days before the transfer window closes, so they still have some time to do some business. Should have been done already, because we had like a 3-month transfer window, but that's Arsenal for you. But yeah, credit to Liverpool. Came out, played their style, didn't change when things weren't going their way. Just continue doing what they had to do, continue playing their way until they got the result they came out for. So once again, an awesome weekend of football. Leave your comments in the comment section if there's anything that you'd like to hear being touched on next time. Oh, and one more thing. I do realize that Germany is still using the 5 subs system. I don't know which other leagues are using it, but I know the English league went back to 3 substitutions. But yeah, Germany is still using the 5 subs. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that it's more beneficial to the big teams because they have a deeper squad, or do you think that it will help the small teams as well? Let us know. Leave your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks again for viewing. See you next time.